Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we hear from the mother of a man charged with murder following a fire that killed his young son. A group in Clay County is helping to raise money for employees of a McDonald's that was destroyed by fire. And some students from Perry County are gathering supplies to send to our neighbors in the nation's heartland affected by recent flooding.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Wednesday, April the 10th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, the talk of the town yesterday was the fog yesterday morning, but this morning, at least here in Hazard, it's looking a little bit clear. Brandon, you will give us a better breakdown, but first, good morning.
Good morning, my friend, and things are much better this morning. We take a look at the camera network starting at UVA Wise, and again, not as much going on. You can see the moon drifting back and forth there in the sky at times, some stars there. So again, not a bad start to the morning. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, nice and quiet this morning. Some rain up near Bloomington, Indiana, but nothing here around our region. Temperatures anywhere between 40 and about 52. Some Ridge Valley splits going on this morning, so a little bit cooler than we've seen, but a normal day still. Don't get into that little extra there until you get into the 30s, so not too bad as you get out the door. I have the full forecast in just a few minutes. Will?
It is spring. I had all the windows open in the house last night. It was gorgeous. Thank you, Brandon. Well, a Laurel County father is still in jail this morning. He is charged with the murder and arson after his young son's death. Police say Vaughn Brock is responsible for starting the fire that killed one-year-old Joseph Brock. Brock was arrested a few days following that fire. Police say the little boy was found in a washing machine. Yesterday, Vaughn Brock's mother came to his defense with a theory on why the boy was in the appliance.
I think that he was smart enough to get away from the fire.
A judge said there's enough evidence to find probable cause. A grand jury is expected to hear the case on April 19th. Kentucky State Police plan on making a big announcement later today about the state's rape kit backlog. There are thousands of kits waiting to be tested, and that means thousands of sexual assault cases have been delayed. State police tell us that Kentucky will be the first state in the country to use a new type of DNA technology. They say the testing time will turn quick results. Meanwhile, a community is coming together this morning to help employees of a McDonald's in Clay County. A fire destroyed the restaurant Sunday morning. 52 people are now out of a job as a result. That is why Warm Souls for Worn Souls is hosting a spaghetti supper and benefit concert. The event is this Thursday at the Crawdad building. It begins at 6 in the evening. It costs $5 a person. All proceeds are going to the employees affected by that fire. In international news this morning, at least 7 people are dead after heavy flooding hit Rio de Janeiro on Monday, according to Brazil's public news agency, Brazil. 3 bodies were found on Tuesday in a car buried as a result of a landslide. This city is still in a state of crisis with much more rain expected. Now let's head back here at home where the mountains are answering the call for help again. The Perry County 4-H Youth Council is collecting donations for victims of the flooding in the heartland after the Kentucky 4-H asked them to pitch in. These students understand the importance of this help because of what the bread basket provides.
They help us out by providing a lot of our food, and we just want to have our part and help them back when they face a crisis like this.
Agriculture is really important. It impacts our daily lives, what we eat, and that we just need to give back to them.
Now we have a full list of donation items and drop-off locations on our website at WYMT.com. Gas prices, they're climbing across the country, and experts say it's going to get worse before it gets better. The national average has skyrocketed 26 cents a gallon in just the past month. Refinery issues on the West Coast have contributed to the jump in prices. Recent flooding in the Midwest has also affected ethanol production, a fuel required in summer gas blends. Snowmelt reveals more damage caused by the November 30th earthquake in Alaska. Alaskans have yet to see the extent of the effects. Officials are bracing for the worst as the snow melts and more damage is uncovered. The biggest damage are large fractures on roadways leading up to a large state park. They say there's one crack that stretches up to 500 feet. A spring storm left hundreds of thousands of people in southern Quebec without power. Officials say freezing rain and strong winds combined to disrupt power supplies. Nearly 260,000 customers were cut off. Schools and some businesses are closed. Water crews worked through the night and continue to try to get service fully restored. Now to news in Connecticut. At least 10 people are hurt after a head-on crash involving a school bus and a bus carrying special needs adults in Greenwich. No students were on the school bus at the time of the collision. Passengers from Cerebral Palsy of Westchester were on board the special needs vehicle. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. Well, we have a traffic note to pass along to you this morning. Road crews started work last night to close the northbound exit 62 ramp on I-75 in Rockcastle County. It is part of the I-75 widening project. It is scheduled to be reopened by Friday morning. Road crews recommend finding a different route to avoid construction. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Grab your brothers and sisters for a selfie today. We'll tell you more about National Sibling Day straight ahead.
Skies are clear this morning, and that's going to be a trend that continues all day today. I'll have the sunny forecast in about 3 minutes.